Okay, so if you don't live under a rock, then you know the Snyder Cut just leaked, and here's why I don't trust it one bit. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to SIBZ, West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we break down your favorite movies and TV shows. And yes, Zack Snyder's Justice League just leaked. Basically, over the last 2 hours, anyone going on HBO Max to watch Tom and Jerry, which I'm super mad because I watched it yesterday, I was thinking, maybe it might be worth a review. Don't waste your time. Anyway, anyone who went to watch that movie over the last 2 hours saw Snyder Cut, the entire thing, with no problem. Now, as of right now, they just took it down, but leaks are already starting to pop up all over Twitter and the internet, and Warner Brothers is probably losing its mind trying to take all of that stuff down. Now, here's where I think there might be something sinister at play. Of course, this could be an accident, but two things tell me that it's not. Number one, the timing. We are just about 9 days away from the release of Snyder Cut, and the hype could not be any bigger. Zack Snyder, over the last couple days, has been releasing several personalized trailers for each of the 7 members of the Justice League, and it's been going basically viral every day. Everybody's talking about Snyder Cut. It is taking pretty much all of the shine away from 2 other major releases, King Kong, which is coming out later this year, King Kong vs. Godzilla, and of course, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and of course, last Friday, WandaVision just ended. But you couldn't argue that Snyder Cut is right up there, number 1 or number 2, with just the amount of hype, the amount of time people have been waiting to see this movie. For them to keep this footage under wraps since 2017, right? And then for the movie to get announced and it to be created and finished and now to be about 10 days away, a little more than a week away from the release, for it to now leak on HBO Max just smells so fishy. It's like I'm at a fish market. That was a bad joke. Here's the problem. DC has had a hard time, okay? In a nutshell, they struggled out of the gate. With DC being super dark, Marvel was doing really well with their Avengers movies, kind of a lighthearted, more family-friendly type of superhero outing. Warner Brothers basically were looking for an opportunity to get rid of Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder had a family tragedy, and they took the opportunity. They got Joss Whedon on. He made the Justice League look like an Avengers movie, a poorly done Avengers movie. And that didn't succeed either. Now, there had been so much fan enthusiasm to see the release of the Snyder Cut that Warner actually went behind closed doors and went to Zack Snyder and said, oh, well, maybe we should just release the footage. And Snyder basically told them, no, why would I just release it so that people could say, oh, see, it wasn't as good as everybody thought it was going to be. And Warner Brothers can finally wash their hands of it because they had been getting trashed in the media by everybody who wanted to see the Snyder Cut. So they could release it and then say, it wasn't as good as everybody thought it was. And Zack Snyder was like, no, I would rather it live on as a magical unicorn of a movie that everybody loves, adores, and wants to see. So finally, after all that time, they said, okay, let's talk about doing the Snyder Cut. They gave him his money. Okay, he finished the movie, and now it's coming out. But I think the same agenda is at play here. They don't want people to think that Snyder Cut is going to be successful, and here's why. And of course, this is a conspiracy theory, right? So take it with a grain of salt. But here's the problem. They can't have Justice League Snyder Cut do incredibly well. Do you know what that would mean for the DCEU as a whole? They're shifting positions, they're shifting directions for the foreseeable future with more lighthearted, family-friendly movies. After the, mess that was Suicide Squad and other movies like that, Aquaman, right, came out and it was super bright and colorful, and that was DCEU's best movie to date, certainly in terms of box office. And then you had Wonder Woman, which did really well as well with Patty Jenkins on board. And so they were in the midst of shifting their direction, saying goodbye to Zack Snyder for good. We had seen that Warner Brothers basically signed the keys to the kingdom over to J.J. Abrams, of all people, and he's rebooting Superman. Warner Brothers executives were taking another hit because last week the whole news about Henry Cavill possibly not coming back as Superman broke, and it was giving them a bad look again. Time and time again, it seems that people just want Zack Snyder's DCEU. They want to see it play out. You can already smell that Justice League Snyder Cut is going to be a huge hit. And so this leak, I think what it does is it allows people to see the movie because the right people just happen to be watching Tom and Jerry over the last 2 hours to see that movie. And they will be able to begin putting out bad press about the movie, okay, before it releases. Zack Snyder has been holding this movie incredibly close to the chest in order to prevent such a thing, and this is exactly what happens. Now, we know HBO Max has been running fine for a long time. They've had big, high-profile movies coming out. They plan to release their entire slate of box office movies directly on HBO Max for the first time. And so, they hadn't had an issue like this before. But with Zack Snyder's Justice League, so controversial, I think they are so afraid that it succeeds that they are possibly doing things to see it not succeed. So that's my conspiracy theory. Obviously, let me know what you think down in the comments below. But yeah, this is really frustrating. I wish I had seen it, obviously. Everybody's mad. But I wouldn't be surprised. Keep an eye out to start seeing bad reviews coming out about Justice League Snyder Cut, saying, oh, you thought the Whedon cut was bad. Wait till you see the Snyder Cut. But obviously, one fan base is much more vocal. Do you see anyone still rooting for the Joss Whedon Snyder Cut, the Joss Whedon Justice League, or any other variation of the DCEU? Who's super excited running home and telling mom about J.J. Abrams' Justice League? Nobody, okay? But Zack Snyder's Justice League, people really do just want to see the vision come to life, see what he had in store for them. So let me know what you think of all this down in the comments. I'll keep you up to date, so hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss. We're doing a ton of shows. Superman and Lois comes on tomorrow. I'm covering that if you're new to the channel, as well as The Flash. Snowpiercer comes on tonight as of the recording of this video, actually really soon, so I got to get to that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, hit the like button and click the bell so you don't miss. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.